Hello, I'm Dan Toppy and welcome back to Bootcamp. Today I wanted to give you a full explanation of the Airborne Division and the best ways to use it most effectively. Airborne is the fast-paced SMG division, and that's because of the training that comes as part of it. For the training in Airborne, you get to sprint for longer distances, you get increased sprint speed, and also you can climb over obstacles a lot faster. All these division trainings mean that it suits the SMG playstyle very well, and that's why the Airborne Division doesn't really suit any other weapons or playstyle other than SMG, and that's why I'd never really put any other class of weapon onto the Airborne Division, just because no other weapons in the game can actually keep up with that fast-paced movement. Every division has division skill, which will always be unlocked no matter what level the division is or what prestige you're at, and the skill for the Airborne Division is the suppressor. By using the Airborne Division with an SMG is the only way that you're able to get a suppressor in the multiplayer of World War II. There isn't a normal attachment for it, and there isn't any way that you can put the silencer onto any of the other weapon classes. It only works if you're using the Airborne Division with an SMG. So that's everything about the Airborne Division. Now I'm going to give you some of my best tips on how to use it the most effectively whilst you're playing in multiplayer. First off, the only weapons that I think you should be using whilst you're playing with the Airborne Division are SMGs. I don't think you should be trying to use any other class of weapons like assault rifles with this division, just because you'll be moving way too fast to be able to use them, and also the other divisions are much better suited to those different weapons. For the division training perks when using Airborne, I think you should be either using Gunslinger or Hustle. Gunslinger allows you to shoot while sprinting, so even when you're sprinting, your gun will be in the hipfire position all the time, which is really useful. It's the one that I use most of the time. Or you could be using Hustle, which helps you to reload faster and while sprinting. So both of these just mean that you don't have to slow down to shoot or slow down to reload. Personally, I always have Gunslinger on, just because I think it's much more beneficial to be able to shoot straight away instead of reload quickly. Next, I'd be saying that you should always be using the silencer. This class gives you a silencer, so you might as well use it, and I haven't seen any noticeable reduction in the weapon's accuracy or range whilst you got the suppressor on, so you might as well equip it at the start of every game, just so then you're not appearing on the minimap every time you shoot. This playstyle is designed for you to be able to move really quickly and without being detected when you're shooting, and because SMGs aren't very good at longer ranges, I'd recommend that you should be trying to flank whilst using the Airborne Division. You should be trying to push up and around the enemies, because the SMGs are really highly powered in this game, so if you can get behind the enemies you can easily clear them all out, and because you've got the silencer on, it means that they shouldn't detect you whilst you're on there. Following on from that, if you are trying to rank up this class to prestige it, or if you are just trying to do the best bit that you can, I'd say you should be playing in either the hardpoint or the free-for-all game mode. In hardpoint you can use what I just said to flank up and around them, and in free-for-all you can use the high movement speed to get around the map really quickly, and then use the suppressor to hold down locations right on the spawn traps without being detected. In the gameplay that you're watching now, I went on some massive kill streaks just because I could hold down a position, get a kill, move out really quickly and not be detected because I had the suppressor on. And finally, the most important attachment I think you should be using whilst using an SMG on the Airborne Division, and that is the Quickdraw. There's no point in being able to move around really quickly if you can't get your gun up quickly and get the kills. This isn't as important if you are using the Gunslinger basic training, because that means that your gun will always be up ready to hip fire anyway, but aiming down sight with an SMG is important when you are going for those more medium range fights, so you do want to be able to get those sights up as quick as possible. Every Airborne SMG class that I've made so far has had the quick draw grip on, just because I think it is really important to have. Just because at anything other than those really close ranges where you can hip fire, you want to be getting those sights up so you can be even more accurate. But that is it, that is a full explanation of the Airborne Division and the ways that I think you should be using it so that you can maximise it and be the most efficient with it in your games. I hope this has been helpful if you have been struggling with the Airborne Division and struggling to unlock the MP40. I hope this is going to help you and you'll be able to get it done a lot quicker. But thanks for watching. I'm going to be doing one of these videos for all of the divisions in the future, so if you're interested in seeing that and a lot of other Call of Duty World War II tutorials, make sure you do subscribe and I'll see you in the next video.